Good evening and welcome to the Coaches Show on the Ripon channel, 93.1 FM, AM 1600, The Wave. I'm Howard Hanson. Joining me tonight is, of course, Coach Mark Bradley from the high school football team, and he's brought along Cameron Hahn tonight. And Cameron, nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too.
Turn around and they had a pretty good game last week. We'll reflect a little bit on that. Saw a little more aggression out of you, which was kind of nice to see. And Coach is shaking his head, yes. Big boy's got to lay him out, you know. But, tell me a little bit about your offensive line. I know you got a new line this year, one returner. How are they coming together?
Well, they started off a little shaky, but I think they're coming together really good now. They're really working together now. And I think last game in their second half, they really showed that.
Yeah, you're starting to see some of that cohesion between them. People that are involved in football and that stuff don't realize it's not easy to line five bodies up next to each other and be able to do something, you know. And we've seen the changes coming throughout the season and good positive things. So, Mark, last week there were some good positives. Unfortunately, the scoreboard wasn't one of them. But tell us a little bit about your thoughts on last week's game.
Once again, the kids played hard throughout the game. Thought coming out of halftime, we really did a good job in that first drive of, taking control of the line of scrimmage, getting some good runs in, and being able to put some points on the board. And then they just kept working from there. And, we had some breaks not go our way and that, but, they're starting to get it. And there's, like Cam said, the line's starting to play together and trying to figure out what these defenses are doing. And, what it says on paper during the week isn't always what we see on Friday. And so we just have to learn to adjust and figure out, how to block it from, what they're doing. So, and they're starting to see those different things and do that up front.
Oh, you're starting to see, I think, a little more confidence in the offensive side, a little more. The defense was there in the beginning. But offense seems to be a little more relaxed, a little more confident, understanding things. And unfortunately, we've gone up against some pretty tough defensive lines, which have prevented us from getting the holes that we need. And Cam's shaking his head, yeah. But let's jump to this week. That's the big thing. Fort Washington, totally different animal to face. What do you know about them?
Not a whole lot. We just, watched a couple of their games this year so far, and they do a lot on offense. They spread you out. They try to get out to the outside quick throws, and then when you spread out too much, then they go up the middle on you, and so it's another one of those where we just have to be fundamentally sound on defense and doing our keys and doing what we need to do or their role in that, because once you try to cheat something because you think you see something, that's when you get burned the other way, because they'll see that too. So, and then defensively, they're big up front, and we're going to have to, do our best at getting holes and blocking and getting kind of where we want to be on their side of the ball and their side of the line of scrimmage. And so we're just going to go down there and give it our best and hope we do well.
And that's, of course, what you've been working on all year, is to keep building each week. And this week, I'm sure, was exactly the same, working on the little things, taking the small steps, and trying to exploit what weaknesses you might have found on film with them. Is that about the...
Yep. And we adjusted some things on offense, too, doing things a little different, a little bit more, getting our running backs into certain situations where they have the advantage, and making it easy on our line and not having them think too much and just kind of go out and get a guy. And so we're,
yeah, you see that. I mean, we're up above. We get to probably have a little better view of that than what you do down on the field. And, I will turn around and pick out a different lineman each play and watch what they're doing. And that's how I've seen over the last several games improvements with each one. And it's a good thing to see. Anything special that you're going to try this week? That
a couple different formations, and we're going to kind of get away from what we had been doing with the double wing, and go to a little bit more of a wing T ISO type thing to get another blocker in front of our running backs and different things, and spread them out and run inside or get them tight and go outside. And so we're trying everything we can to try to get our playmakers out in spaces where they're the advantage and that. So
no, okay. Well, Cam, you do know if there's another blocker in there in the hole for you, you can run over him. You don't have to be nice and let him get out of the way. The quickest way from the goal line to the line of scrimmage is a straight line, and if it means running over him, he'll learn once.
I'm not afraid.
Health-wise, how's the team doing? I mean, we're getting close to mid-season here, you know, and this is where the little things start to nag and bite us.
Yep. Yeah, we're good from last week. Kai is able to come back this week and play for us, so that'll help on the offensive outside and also on defense and stuff too. So, and he's a leader. He's a senior. He's been here before, and so we're looking forward to having him back into the playing.
And the nice thing with Kai on offense is he tends to eat up two defenders.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no two ways about it. So that kind of frees something else up for the rest of the offense to work with. So good thing to see. But glad nobody's in any real major situations except for the normal bumps and bruises that you carry throughout this year till the season's over. You're going to have some bruises and that. So, well, we turn around and wish you guys the best of luck in the game, and we thank you for coming in, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.